You better say your prayers.
Hey, lads, don't curse.
If you played it, it was too quiet. It's on. Do it again for these guys because they're not listening.
Let's just talk about the U.S. government.
I'd like to use a couple C words.
And that means we're live. Although he played it the first time and the speaker was so quiet, we couldn't even hear it. It's okay. Listen, it's preseason game number 3. It's the first road preseason game. By this point last year, we were doing regular season games because we didn't even do 3 pre and post. So we're doing them all. Sure. Let's start it now. Pregame show. Stars at Wild. Luds, Sam, me, Ryan. Sean will be here for postgame? Does that count? Thursday. It is September 25th. This is the DLLS Stars Pregame Show tonight as we get ready for Stars at the Minnesota Wild. Alongside Craig Ludwig, Sam Nestler, and our producer, Private First Class Ryan, a.k.a. Yosemite Sam.
You better
Right here.
say your prayers, you
Right here.
flea-bitten varmint. I'm going to blow you to smithereens.
This is perfect,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, Luds. I think he should dress up as Yosemite Sam for Halloween.
I got to be Luds again.
No, you did that last year.
Oh, yeah.
You should come in with the hat, the big mustache, couple of toy guns,
I can do it.
and you have to talk like Yosemite Sam for the whole show.
I can do it.
Can
you're
you?
about the same height.
That means I get to watch Looney Tunes.
Before we get into the show tonight,
Baby Yosemite Sam.
September is Big Brothers Big Sisters month here at DLLS, and this week we are encouraging everyone to become who can to sign up to be a big. Go to bbbs.org/allcity for more information and sign up to become a big today. And guess what? We have hats. You know how Luds has been talking about branded bills? Well, check out on the screen right here. We have a DLLS football script branded hat available for sale right now on our website. Go to alldls.com. Diehards get 20% off. Apparently, the first 50 ship immediately, and then they will go on a back order. You have to wait for yours. So if you like that hat and you want it, order it right now. I believe, I think Ben said they're already sold 10 of them or something like so. They're down to 40 left,
Wow.
immediately available to ship. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for the second order wave. So if you like the DLLS hat, go order it right now. Remember, again, diehards get 20% off.
Feels like there should maybe be a hockey one.
I was going to say, are there any in Stars colors?
Since
or
the
are they
hockey
just
show
Cowboys
sells
colors?
the most
Do we know?
merchandise.
I mean, that's a great point.
Thank you.
Both of you.
That's all I do here.
We've been doing this a year and a little bit. We're still a hockey show, no?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Well,
We
then
got a
must be
hockey
a
game.
Dallas Stars colored hat then, right?
I mean,
Not yet.
who can say?
They're just worried about the likely 1-3
You would
Cowboys.
think, you would
I don't know
think
the record.
that
Are they better than that?
but wouldn't you think that the group that is outselling merchandise-wise would have a Dallas Stars hat?
You think they'd give us a little encouragement of
I would
the
think.
the show that has the most T-shirt sales? Yeah,
You know what? Ben, if you're listening,
he might be
we're
listening.
talking to you.
How's
And
that
also,
microphone?
and also, we need your DirecTV login.
I thought you were gonna text him. I didn't realize
No,
you
we're
were gonna
doing
just
it on
jump
the show here.
All right, let's talk about the big storyline of the day. It has nothing to do with the game tonight. It's Jamie Benn. We did an emergency pod. If you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube or all the audio platforms. But Jamie Benn is out now for at least 4 weeks, but that's a minimum. It's going to be longer than that. As you can see on the screen, he underwent surgery today to repair a small hole in a collapsed lung, which sounds very serious. He's okay. That they said, Sam, that he's going to have to not work out for a month, let alone after healing up, getting back into shape.
Yeah, Jim Nels basically said he's completely shut down. That means not only not skating, not working out, he can't fly, which is a big concern with these type of things with the air pressure. So it's going to be tough for him because it's not like a lot of other things, right? Like if you hurt something that's the upper body, you can go out and skate, or you can ride the bike, or you can do these things. If you hurt a lower body, you can do certain things in the weight room. Jamie's going to pretty much have to do, to my knowledge, not a whole lot for for basically 4 weeks, and that's the minimum. And then at that point, Jim said basically once you get to that point, it should be he can start skating light and start taking light contact pretty much immediately. That's the hope. So the good news is once he's out of it, he can get back into it pretty quickly. The bad news is it's a minimum of 4 weeks, so they're going to miss the captain.
Lud's leadership's a big deal. Obviously, he's a huge emotional part of that room. But what does it do if you look at the lineup right now? We're already talking about a hole from Mason Marchment, Mikael Granlund on the left side. You still have Jason Robertson. But what happens now that Jamie Benn's gone for, I'd say conservatively, 12 to 15 regular season games?
Well, like I said today, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is somebody else is getting an opportunity, and so I would think that starting tonight, well, I guess even a couple games ago, that there's a little more excitement, a little more hope for a couple of the young guys to jump in there. And unfortunately, it's on that left side. I mean, right now you were looking for someone to fill in that number 2 spot on the left. Now you're looking to fill in the number 2 and 3. But as far as Jamie goes, I don't think it. I mean, as long as it's not a critical thing and he's going to be fine and all that, I think being Jamie Benn and where he is in his career, it's okay because it and
why?
And again, well, because I mean he gets to get a little rest. I mean, I think I've been saying this for a while.
Him trying to go through like an 82-game season.
Yeah, but I feel that way about Duchesne. I feel that way about Sagan. I think that it's a grind once you get to game 60, 65, and then it just gets turned up when you get into the playoffs. And I mean, we've seen over the years where people are the whole LTIR thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Stones and Kachuk this year out in Florida is he's not bringing it back till at least January. But I think if you can find ways to give guys 3-4 games off during the season, anyways, especially when you get past the halfway point, and I'm talking about the right kind of guys, the older guys, I think it can only be a benefit. So for Jamie to maybe only play 60 games or 50 games this year, and he's healthy and he's kind of ramping up. I mean, again, if he played 20 or 30 games, he's going to be where he's going to be.
Yeah.
So the rest for him, I think, helps him in a little bit.
Sam, let's talk about salary cap considerations because Jamie's contract
You want to
this
get
year.
that, Sam?
I'm getting a phone call.
No?
eh?
Okay.
No,
Oh,
good.
just rang.
It's my brother.
The phone just rang. Ludz is pretty good at silencing his, so if it
It's
rings
on
during
silent.
the show,
which
Never
is
been
funny.
on ring.
It's on silent, but it still rang.
it's still buzzed.
Yeah, he must have called me like 3 times. Emergency mode.
Yeah, he's really trying to get your
I know it's
your
not important. 'cause
breakfast order.
He's an idiot.
It's nice to know.
God, I was really trying not to say it probably runs in the family, but I couldn't help myself.
I was going there too. I was saying he's probably sick. Like he got a
He
flat
does get
tire
sick a
or
lot.
something.
He misses
somewhere.
a lot of school. So
He might not know how to change his tire. He needed to know like service help.
Is it a car or bike tire?
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, let's talk about salary cap. Jamie's contract is, as the over 35 deal. He can sign a $1 million base with performance bonuses. You can't do that unless you're on an entry level contract or if you're an over 35. So his contract, $1 million cap hit, and then he can earn up to additional $3 million in performance bonuses, $500,000 for hitting 20 games, another for 30, 50, 60, and then he has $500K for winning the third round and playing at least 50% of the playoff games, and then another $500,000 for winning the Stanley Cup and playing at least half the games. This brings into question, Lutz was just talking about having a rest. If he misses, let's say, they say 4 weeks and reevaluate. Maybe Jamie Benn heals faster than the average human being, but at 36, maybe that's asking a lot.
Yeah.
So let's say conservatively, he misses a month, then has to get up to speed. Let's say he misses his 15 to 20 games. Now you're in that, will he hit 60? And what does that do for the Stars cap because otherwise we're saying, oh yeah, he'll hit all 4 of those games played bonuses.
Yeah, we thought it would be easy. We're looking at his track record. He plays most of the games most of the time. So it'll do 2 things. As Sean said in our emergency pod, to Jamie, it's probably less important, right? He's $500,000 for a guy who's made
he's made
buttload of money.
$9 for the last
It's not a big deal,
7 or 8
right?
years.
But the other side of it,
he's okay.
Yeah, but the other side of it is where it is interesting because if he does, let's say he plays 49, let's just random number there. So he doesn't hit the 50 or the 60. That's $1 million.
It's $1 million, extra
of cap space the Stars have.
Either this year or carrying over to next year.
Which is important because you're looking at the team right now, and I'm hearing you hear rumors of they're going to be looking at this guy at the deadline, or they're going to be looking at this. They have no money to do any of that.
Well, and even so, the bonuses that Jamie doesn't necessarily count, like I was saying a minute ago, this year.
Yep.
So it wouldn't even, that part doesn't factor into whether or not they can get a player at the deadline. But I still think that what Luds had to say was about him not playing as many games. He could be fresher because Luds, you said this earlier. This is not on Jamie's decision as far as when he comes back. And that's important because if it was up to Jamie, he's probably playing through a lot of stuff because he never misses. His first time he snapped his long 325 game consecutive streak was because of the birth of his first child.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, again, this, because of what it is, he's going to have to get clearance. I mean, somebody's going to have to clear him before Jamie can just jump out there and go.
Right.
So, but, you know, like
Is that an airplane joke?
Right now, huh?
That was definitely an airplane clearance.
It was.
Clearance. Yeah.
I like to.
Though, bro. Oh, thanks.
I like to say
Your
it
references are out of
so
control.
I
Everyone
know.
knows that.
What the hell's going on here?
That's one of the drops. That's a John drop.
That's a
by the
John
way.
drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Anytime you would reference like an old movie or TV show from, let's say, several decades ago, John would play that.
Yeah,
one.
I didn't listen to him either.
No,
No,
I like Brian very quickly.
Yeah, for Jamie, again, even the bonuses at this stage of his career and everything that he's gone through and where he's at, the most important thing for him is to get 16 wins once the regular season is over with.
The regular season doesn't matter to Jamie Benn at all. Does
No,
it?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to. I mean, you're not going to say, "Oh, I'm just going to throw away a few $1 million."
He won't do that.
But the point is Jamie wants to win a championship, and so does Tyler, and so everybody does.
Yeah.
But you know, and again, I think sometimes this becomes motivation for the rest of the group. I think we all know how they more than likely feel about their captain, and so you know, he'll be when he's fit and ready. Yeah, to me, it's not about the money, and Jamie should probably, as Jim Nill likes to say with his rookies, he wants them to come in overripe.
Yep.
I think Jamie needs to come in making sure he's 110% ready to go, because the last thing you want him to do is play, 50 games and all of a sudden something flares up,
Right.
or he came back a little early and then you lose him for the most important part of the season.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Thank you. When a captain is out, you get an extra alternate captain.
Correct. You can
three
you
letters.
can dress 3 alternates.
So that's
if
the
you
plan,
want.
I'm guessing, for the Stars moving forward, is to have the 3 A's.
It's
until-
funny. I actually thought about asking that to Gully today, but then decided that was something for another day because it wasn't like the most pressing need.
Yeah,
is,
you can ask him.
Are you
later.
going to have 3 A's in the lineup?
Yeah,
I'm
we always kind of got a kick out of that. Like,
Did you?
why? But see, it was our sale always is that you had a leadership group, and not everybody gets a letter, but there's more
Sure.
than 4 or 5. What do they switch out to?
They usually
ever?
do
Yeah,
2
they
and
have
2.
So they do home and road.
two
Yeah.
out, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same kind of concept. So, but again, there were guys on our team that should have and deserved letters, and should have had letters and didn't, but we didn't. We don't look at it like that.
Right.
I think it's just kind of some outside
Nice
perception.
little pat on the shoulder of, hey, you
Yeah.
you get the recognition of
Well,
being
I
a
think,
leader.
and if that happens, it's generally a young kid,
Yeah.
like a Wyatt or something like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
You've been playing like this, you deserve it. So,
All right, Sam, let's play armchair head coach for a minute. Who plays where now that Jamie's out and we're still not sure who's going to play left wing? If you were the one drawing up the lines, and Gully said this morning that he already had an idea, he didn't share with it, but he has ideas of what he wants to do. Who plays on those top? Let's go with top 9.
Yeah. I'm putting Robertson, Hinsranton in together to start.
Looked pretty good the other night
Looked
against a
good.
weak
It
lineup.
deserves a chance,
Yep.
right? Then I'm actually putting Steele with Duchesne and Sagan.
Okay,
I think
just
that-
like we thought.
Yep, I think that's the best option right now. And then I'd put Justin Ritzkovian on the third line left wing, with
Keeping Wyatt Johnson and
Maverick Bourque.
together.
And then the fourth line will be those 4 guys. I don't think moving like Bastion to that spot or anything like that helps this team, because I think Ritzkovian's ceiling could be higher, and I think he's deserved a chance.
Luds, there's a bunch of names. Adam Ernie has a chance to make the line or the opening night roster, get a contract. Ritzkovian. It could be one of the other young guys, Artu Huru or Cole Lind. Is there a chance that Nathan Bastion and Colin Blackwell and Oscar Beck are better than those guys right now, and they're the ones that get promoted? Because we were talking about, well, it might be one of those 3 getting healthy scratched every night, but now with the extra open roster spot, do they all just get to play, and does a guy like Colin Blackwell maybe move up to a wing?
yeah, that my thought is like Blackwell. I'm not going to say Bastion. I think Bastion, we know what he is, and we know the minutes that he's going to play more than likely. And again, he may earn more minutes as this goes along. It's an opportunity for him too, even though I don't think you're going to see him play on his offside. It's not the same as having Bork playing his offside,
Yeah.
right? And he's not going to play in the top 6. So my thought is mom and dad called Ernie and said, "This is your opportunity." That if I had his number, I'd be texting him.
It's
I
a
don't even know.
huge deal.
But I think just being able to watch the way he played the last time, he's pretty good. He didn't put the puck in the net, but he did a lot of good things.
Think he has a chance if he does? Let's say he earns a spot in the
See,
roster.
here's my biggest problem: is I don't know with those 2 guys out, or those 2 spots, I should say. I don't know if Wyatt's going to be on the 3rd line. I don't know who he's going to play with there. I just wonder if they're going to try to do something with Wyatt.
Is there any
and
chance
try to
you
get
could
him in the
put
top
Wyatt
6?
up with
I don't know.
Duchesne and Sagan?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
But then he's playing on his offside, or somebody's playing on their offside there. I don't know what
Goldson
what
likes
Gully-
that.
Huh?
He likes that.
He keeps talking
Well,
about.
He said he told us today if every player that play left or right, whatever, said that I can play on my offside, he said he would put every single one of them on their offside.
Right, and Gully does, and I think when it comes to Wyatt, because of his quickness, it's an advantage to him to play on that side, because anytime he comes down the wall and he can get a defenseman to move to his right and he can jump to the middle, he's on his forehand.
Yeah.
And he's got that quick little shot that he can get away. Not little, but he's got a great shot, and he's got quick hands. So I think that would be an advantage for Wyatt, should they want to do that. But it's just, I mean, you'd almost want to say, man, I wish we could get somebody hurt on the other side of the ice, because it's the left side.
I know there's too many of
I
them.
want you guys to. Well, you have to do ad reads here. I'm going to ask you a follow-up question about. There's a hole on the second power play
That's
unit now because of
perfect. That's
Jamie
what I
Benn.
was
We're
gonna
going to talk about that next year on the DLLS Stars Pregame Show.
Become a big. Mentorship reshapes futures, strengthens communities, drives economic progress. Together, you can change the odds and build a better tomorrow. Bigs and littles hang out a few hours a month doing normal, everyday activities like seeing a movie, doing some homework, playing games, going out to eat, or just plain old hanging out. Each big and little match is supported by a dedicated match support specialist who is always there to provide resources and support. Just enter your zip code on the site to find your local Big Brothers Sisters agency in your area, and then complete the online inquiry form. Upon completion, a Big Brothers Big Sisters staff member will contact you. Just go to BBBS, that's 3 B's and an S.org/ALLCITY for more information to sign up to become a Big today.
Thanks, lads.
Sure, Sam.
Thanks, Owen.
You want to chat a little bit?
Thanks,
we got
Ryan.
a few minutes. There you go.
I'm going to talk about Supporters Club.
He was just vamping until he put his phone away.
Yeah, I was texting my brother, telling him not to call me on the show. Supporters Club is true sicko level stuff. It's pretty cool. It's separate from our diehard membership. It's even further down the line. You get custom content, which we'll talk about in a second.
Ooh, custom content.
Tiered badges, custom emojis. And as you see, if you're looking at the chat right now, it's pretty obvious who is in the Supporters Club. I believe we got a new one.
You know, we did
Today, right?
Rarities, I think. Was
Yeah.
the tag name.
So
How
welcome.
about this? Russell, who is a Supporters Club member, because I can see the badge, suggested that when your brother was calling, maybe he has a plumbing issue.
Yeah, I can't help him with that if that's the case. But you get exclusive emojis such as the Bing Bong and plenty of other fun ones. The more people that sign up, the more emojis we make. So that's good incentive right there. Behind the scenes videos from DLS, folks, we are going to film one of those today, I'm told, by our producer. He's got it set up. It's going to be fancy. I'm told we have to wear pants. So that is necessary.
That is an always standing rule.
We will be wearing pants, but it's going to be good stuff. So join the Supporters Club today.
Hey, Luds.
No.
I'm looking through the chat, and you have some allies here because Jordan said, do we get green hats, though? I'd buy a green hat. You were complaining about the hockey, non-hockey.
I wasn't complaining per se. I was just suggesting, I mean, I know the Cowboys are big. We all know that. We've known that since the day we set
Daniel
foot here in Dallas.
H128 said, I can't Cowboys style until Jerry gets out of the way.
Okay.
So they want a Stars hat. Stars.
I would like one too. So.
And T.O. said the Stars already have 2 wins. The Cowboys only have 1 so far.
And you guys were talking before we got started. Wouldn't it be cool if we were up here wearing those hats and, and people might want to partake. So, yeah, I think that it'd be nice. And we're not the only ones. I mean, I'm sure what's going on in Denver and other markets. Do they have their football guys with that hat?
I believe they have a
Or do they have hockey guys hat?
No.
I
don't
think
think there's any hockey. I was looking through the hats. I don't believe there are any hockey.
All the scripted
I think
for
it's
each.
scripted, and then they have, like, DNVR has a couple old ones, like a Bears one and stuff. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, So we're all getting screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hockey gets pushed aside, Luds.
That'd be
All right.
great.
Not on this
Great
show.
Dallas Stars color Christmas gifts too, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would.
Ooh.
It
Oh, yeah.
would. Luds,
Yeah.
let's talk about power play for a minute. Sam, I know you're excited about this. If you make the guess that Harley or Haskin, but let's say Harley, Robertson, Rantanen, Hintz, and Johnston are your top power play unit to start the regular season. Haskinen, Duchesne Sagan, Maverick Bork, and it would have been Jamie Benn. But because Jamie's going to miss at least a month, who goes there?
You're asking me?
I'm asking both of you. You
I
just
have-
jump right in.
Well, if there's no new players,
Let's assume that the
this
players
roster.
in the group that you have now.
I might lean to Steele.
Okay.
I mean, just net presence, and he's hard on the puck. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. What you're going the other way?
Nathan Bastian. He's done it before.
Big
He
guy.
apparently has plenty of underrated skill around the net. And it's a net front job that we're talking about, right? That Jamie plays. So that's who I would go with. I haven't seen him do it, so I don't know. But I've heard he has done it, and he's got a lot of skill and can put the puck in the net and tight. So
I think that's a great idea. And I'm not trying to vouch for Nils Lundqvist, not for a net front, but the other night,
oh yeah,
the second power play unit was Miro Heiskanen and Nils Lundqvist.
Mhm.
They had 2D.
Well, that's what they're going to do anyway.
Do you think
I don't think they're going to go four forward. Not on the second.
group?
You
They
don't.
have
I mean,
been.
generally you don't do that because when the second unit's getting out there, there's only 30 seconds or so generally left. So if the puck turns over, you have four forwards. You have the forwards with 1D out there, and you end up back in your zone. We're back to the system from last year where there's a defenseman that is actually a forward playing in front of his net.
Yeah.
So you typically want to have two out there. That's why I think Nils is the. I mean, I thought we were talking about having four if they're the first group.
But the funny thing is, Nils. I talked to Nils because he played. They didn't change the way they played it, right? I'm not sure if they normally do that. Like when you have two defensemen out there, do you change at all the rotation or how you do it? Because
No.
Nils was basically playing the forward spot down the
well,
wall.
he's playing on the half wall.
Half
yeah,
wall.
Yeah, he's on the half wall.
which is
and really for Nils to play on that side, it again depends on who he's with. But if you're on the half wall, I prefer our guys to be on their offsides. I think you can pass better, you can shoot better, you can one time from there,
stick
but
to
you
the
don't have that
inside.
luxury, huh?
Stick to the inside, like on their off wing. You're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you don't have that, because you're going to have two lefties out there. On your second unit, you're going to have two lefties out, if it's two defensemen, obviously.
Yep.
And if it was Steele,
Although if it's Lundqvist and Heiskanen, you've
they
got
can
lefty
flip
righty.
flop, but I think you want Miro at the top.
Yeah, I agree.
That's where I think.
I think Miro's best is up there.
Yeah.
And I think Nils can play the half wall just fine.
Well, yeah, and again, what you're really trying to do, don't kill when you get out there and if you're the second unit, you get out there and you have 25, 30, 35 seconds left. The last thing you want to do is kill the time that you have left on the clock by passing the puck around.
Yes.
You really want to be a power play unit that's going to get 2-3 shots and get some pucks to the net. And that mentality of crashing the net, we're getting pucks up there. That to me, otherwise you want to start passing around the perimeter, you're just kind of screwing yourself, so to speak.
All right, let's talk about tonight's game a little bit. Let's go ahead, Ryan, and show the Stars lineup, the forward group. As you can see, Wyatt Johnston is going to make his preseason debut. We're also going to get a look at Angus McDonald or McDonnell, I think, along with Jack Becker, who's not young. He's 28 years old. He's been around the block a little bit, trying to grind his way up. And, of course, you're going to see some of those guys like Adam Ernie, Justin Ritzkovian, even Antonio Strangis. What are you looking for tonight, guys? Luds, we'll start with you.
Are they not just saying, Ernie, we keep giving you a chance. They're not putting Ernie down the bottom two lines.
Because Ritzkovian, I don't remember who Ritzkovian played with.
But I mean, you can see.
I mean, that's
you can see
literally
who
the
they're putting
potential
him
third
with
line
every
right
night.
there.
Every night that Ernie is in the lineup, he's with top players.
Yeah.
So they're basically saying we're giving you the best.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
And Yanni, you just made a great point. It's not only the top line; it is the line we were just talking about that might be
Potentially
your third
being
line.
your third line
It might be
in a regular
who
season.
you're playing with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a huge opportunity, and I feel I haven't known him for a long time. Obviously, just talking to him during camp, he's so relieved after getting his hip surgery. I think it's hilarious. He told me yesterday. I don't know if I've even said this on the show. He got his surgery right after Tyler Sagan.
Same day,
same doctor,
same surgeon,
same surgeon, same surgery. And he said he saw Tyler on the way out. I don't think Tyler remembers that. He was a little he was a little loopy, but he just can finally skate again. And I asked him, I was like, how long was this bugging you?
Without
He's
the
like,
pain and flexibility.
11 years,
Yeah.
something crazy like that. Like that can change a guy's career if you can finally play. I mean, we saw Klingberg kind of have a new life with that situation. So I'm rooting for the guy, 30-year-old that's paid his dues. He's got a shot tonight. Go take it.
Speaking of a preseason debut, check out the defense. Liam Bichsel will play his first game of the season. He gets to play alongside the guy he's been going through training camp so far with, Ilya Lyubushkin. Vladislav Kolyachonok and Alexander Petrovic have been a duo so far. I know, Luds, you really like the Bichsel-Petrovic pairing. We may see that. The young guys, Tristan Bertucci and Christian Kyrou, will get a look. But this is a big one, I think, to see how Bichsel-Lyubushkin play together, and especially because they're going to play a much better Minnesota lineup than we saw 2 nights ago.
Yeah, and I think when you put him there, and he's going to see it, he's on the board. It's probably written up the same way. I think you're going to see a little bit more offense and joining the play and things like that, I think. And that's probably
the top pairing?
Yeah, even written down like that, it kind of, we're expecting, we want to see a little bit more. And that's nice because generally that's how it's supposed to work. I mean, you're just getting into the league. You're trying to do the things you're supposed to do, stay within yourself and all that. And then what you want is you want a coach to say, hey, now we want you to join Rush a little bit more. We've seen that at times last year.
Yeah.
He can get up with the play. So, and not only that, he can be on the hunt too once in a while. So I expect him to be the physical guy that he should be, right? That's first and foremost. Move the pucks like he did last year. But you may see him jump up into the play a little bit. And Lyubushkin isn't necessarily known as an offensive guy, so at least they can kind of trade off a little bit. Yep. But one of those guys should read off the other, and I would think Leon would be the guy that we may see him jump up a little bit tonight. We'll see.
Is he going to have 400 hits this year?
Yeah. And he didn't play 82 games. You know what I'm saying? Like
I just feel like the sky's the limit for the hits he's going to have.
So I go back in games and I saw where, he'd have 7 hits, 8 hits, and I'm like, damn, didn't seem like he had that. But when there's a guy that's that big and it seems like it's just a nothing on the boards, I think he gets credit for it because or maybe it's the sound that he makes. But,
yeah,
but it's like
a big
times
hit.
I'm like, man, he didn't have that many hits, but he's there, and I think they get credit for it. But the good news is your opponents know that. They know that he's a big body. He finishes his checks. And again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to throw your opponents off by getting in their head and by going, I'm going to get hit tonight if I go down that side of the ice. If I'm a right winger, I'm probably getting hit tonight. And so sometimes that, gets them off their game a little bit.
Casey DeSmith will start in goal. Gully completely deferred to Jeff Reese for a preseason game. I would imagine that, he's going to lean heavily on Reese for goalie decisions during the season.
Hope he gives us
He'll
some answers.
have a little more say than just, that's a Jeff Reese thing. He didn't even know today.
He said he didn't know.
He said, I'll talk to Reeser probably on the plane and find out if he's going to play the whole game or not. All right, but I have one more big question for you. Take a look at the lineup for Minnesota. We know it's a much bigger NHL lineup. Look at 97 up there. Kirill Kaprizov will play. Marco Rossi, Matt Boldy, that's their top line. Danila Yurov is a very budding prospect of theirs. He's going to play next to Tarasenko, who Lud said he didn't feel good, didn't enjoy his year in Detroit, wasn't happy with things. Here's my question for you. With all the news surrounding his contract talks, Kaprizov turned down an 8-year, $128 million contract. Is he really holding out for more money, or does he want to be somewhere else?
I don't think it's either. I think it's very similar to McDavid. He's looking for Billy Guerin and the organization to make some moves to show me that we can win here. I think winning is important to him. Obviously, it's not the money.
And what do you think he's looking for?
Well, he wants an upgraded lineup. Again, what do you think McDavid wants? He wants an up.
Yes,
and a goalie.
Yeah, and again, he wants a goalie probably. But I just think they're not holding a gun to their head, but they know that they're generational players and they're in an organization, especially for Connor. But McDavid's basically said it in some of his interviews. We want to win here. I want to win, and I want to win in Edmonton. He has said the same thing. He wants to win in Minnesota. And again, that may be just his thing, but we do know that Russians like to either go to New York or like to Florida. Who wouldn't want to go to Florida?
Yeah.
Panthers right now, right? But they probably can't fit him in. But the way they're going, maybe
Bill
they
Zito
can.
would probably figure out a way.
Yeah. So I just think that by him being in the lineup tonight, because I didn't expect him to play until something was getting more positive stuff. And Billy did a thing today on NHL radio, as I was telling Sam on the way in, and Billy wanted no part of talking about it. And he actually started the interview by saying, if you're going to ask about Kirill, I'm not going to talk about him. And then Cooley asked him 2 questions. He said, We can end this interview right now. It was actually pretty good. I had to send Billy Guerin a little text message after that. But anyway, I think that he wants to show by playing tonight. I think he's going to be a really good player tonight. Kirill is. Well, again, he's not a stud lineup for the Stars either.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what he does. But I do believe he wants to. He's got the money offer. I think he just wants a little show of we can win here.
Sam, before we sign off, because I know we're out of time, were you surprised that with the big chunk of salary cap opening up, the Suter and Parisi money came off the books? They went from it's not all the way off, but they cleared up like $13 million, went from a $14 million cap hit to like a 1.7 or something like that. So they have a lot of money. Minnesota didn't really do anything this offseason.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not totally surprised is because I feel like they're a team that's waiting to see what they need. Right? They're kind of like Dallas, where they're like, we feel we have some good depth. We have a couple good players. What actually do we need? What is our weakness? So I feel like they might wait it out, and then maybe we see them really go hard at the deadline.
And if they do that, maybe then the Kirill extension becomes a formality instead of a question. But, I mean, the longer it goes, Kaprizov's going to get those questions everywhere Minnesota goes during the season. McDavid's it's going to be constant. Jack Eichel, Luds, you brought it up during our Vegas talk yesterday. He's going to face that extension conversation everywhere he goes, especially in those Canadian markets. So should be interesting. Ryan's looking at me like we have a full post-game show, so save some of your words. We got plenty of those. But thank you very much for tuning in for our pregame show. We will be back here shortly after the final puck drop. Check out the game on Victory Plus. We're going to go upstairs and watch that right now. Don't forget, those hats are now for sale on the website, alldls.com. And we will see you for postgame. Sam, Luds, Ryan, myself, and Sean right after tonight's game.
I believe that they are going to crush these guys tonight.
We all silly like the mayor.